Hi, it's Chris. I'm here to bring you a video on Limbus Company, a brand new gacha game that literally came out today, 27th of February. Made by a company called Project Moon. Um, Literally, I've also heard of them the last couple of days as well. But I think what I want to talk about in this video is just a few little tips that I've kind of found as I'm kind of going on, because this game is kind of a very unique kind of battle system, which I'll go into later. But it's also been one of the most poorly executed games in terms of it trying to explain within the game about how the battle system works and its mechanics, which are really cool but have had no explanation. Now there's numerous videos going on now, which I'll put some links in the description about how some basic combat goes on and how it works. But I just wanted to show you a few little tricks that I've kind of picked up. Now this whole affinities bit just explains, each kind of character has, or identity has, certain skills that gives you an affinity, and then you kind of have, but you need to then be able to get a select an amount, and then that will allow you to actually unleash their egos, their kind of ultimates really. And it does get, it's quite complicated at the moment really, but what I wanted to just kind of show you is just a few little kind of things just to kind of help make the game make more sense to you, because right now it semi makes sense to me but not quite yet, and just still kind of learning little bit numbers, little bits there, little kind of words and meanings. And if anyone can just tell me, what does poise mean and that kind of thing, it's just a bit weird. But yeah, so things that I've learned so far is each column is obviously each character's attack, and after every turn you will randomly get an extra column for that character until you've got an extra column for all 5A characters, and then it will reset. And the maximum is up to 12. Another thing to kind of show is each skill has a little kind of tiny coin. That's essentially how many times it can attack. And if you attack and you win, then you kind of get your coin back and you can then attack again. And same thing here. So this heal turn has 2 coins. So you've got the chance to kind of attack, and then you can attack and then attack again. So you can attack 2 times. So you kind of got this kind of effect where you kind of got to figure out what coins you're doing and what's going on. Now you can check who's going to attack who by just looking here on those little lines and where the favored is. And you can kind of go and see, okay, they're going to clash, and see who's going to kind of win. Now they're doing the same moves. Oh, another thing I've learned is each move, like with this order, has order times by 4. Order times by 4. It means that you've got 4 of those skills in your kind of character's deck. So once they've used all of those, you can kind of you get kind of resets, and so you can kind of eventually start manipulating what change you've got later on, because you can start using the skills you don't want first of all, and eventually get the skills that you do want. Now another thing that's really kind of been helpful to kind of understand the game in a way is if you go to settings, go to gameplay, you've got this thing called auto coin toss, and if you take it off, it kind of in a way slows the game down, makes you kind of have to click as you see the coin spinning. So let me kind of just show you what I mean by that. If you kind of had the gameplay going quite fast, but if you have that off, you'll kind of get this, so it will stop right here, and it's just, now it kind of becomes turn-based. Well, it's not really turn-based, but you have to click. But it allows you just to kind of see quickly, how many coins each character's got. So that single point stab's going to have 2 coins, and they've got, that enemy at the top's got all the 2 coins as well, and heel turn's got 2 coins, and so on. And then you can click and kind of see what happens when they flip, and then the clashes happen, and whoever wins kind of keeps the coin, and then they get to attack. And then they go again, and they go again, and you'll see how like each one now will just get to attack. And then you've got heel turn getting another attack because they still got another coin. And there you go. This kills them kind of straight away there. And that's essentially like all these little things. So you can see now my Sinner here has got an extra column just along here now, which you can also change to like defending if it's not a very good clashing time or evading, because they also get a chance to evade and defend against different attacks, so that's really useful. But yeah, that's the main thing of the kind of combat that I wanted to kind of show you there. There's again still loads of different things, like there's passives on the left, and there's understanding the numbers and how they all kind of work. And there's a few videos actually I've seen which have been really useful, which I'll kind of leave a link in the description. But do leave a like if you find any of this useful. Another thing that I have found out is when it comes to, I'll show you here, your sinners. So your sinners have obviously got the skills, and they can be up tiers. So you've got here, and you can up their levels. And to do this, you need something called Fred. Now, the way you can get Fred is eventually from doing mirror dungeons, but also, which will unlock after you complete chapter 2. But also, you can get them from summoning. When you summon copies of characters, you get kind of their shards or their consumable currency, whatever you want to call it. And with this shards, you've got to kind of weigh up your options, because you can use these shards to buy ego. If I can come out of this, let's go here to dispense. So you can use these shards to buy certain ego and identities for that class or type. So you can use that, or you can change these or convert these all into Fred, or whatever amount you want into Fred, and that will allow you to kind of level up your skills. So you've got to really kind of balance between whether you want to kind of get new things and identities, or you want to kind of level up the skills of your own characters already. And right now it's so early in the game, the game's barely been out for 24 hours, that it's hard to kind of say what's good, what's not. So it's just kind of a case of what you kind of feel like doing at the moment, until we've kind of played with this for at least kind of a couple of weeks, months, to understand where we are really with this game in terms of what's better to use your dispense on, whether it's threading or getting more ego identities. And yeah, that's the kind of main thing I really kind of wanted to explain. Again, if you did like any of this content, just leave a like, just so I can know if it was useful or not, and I will post another video about Limbus Company, and I'll see you later.